Alright, so what we're going to have a look here is enabling auditing on any smart object. This is a K2 Smart Box smart object. Just a simple little form. The implementation is actually behind the smart object itself, so it's not some view kind of related stuff that's taking place here. It's purely behind the smart object. So what that means is if it's updated by a view or updated by a workflow and it's changing data, the audit's going to work. Alright. Okay, so let's start off by creating a new item. So text, let's just leave it as text. Let's add some memo fields, line 1 and line 2, and maybe that's it. And what we do now is just hit the create button. Alright, and that's done it. So behind the smart object, we call create, we call the smart object, it called a little entry inside there that tells it to do the audit. And we're done. We can then go and use our little versions view. So we've got a view that you can drop on, and then it can show you the versions. Alright, so if we click on that, there we can see our first version, and we can see all the fields. They're all red because they've all changed, because previously they were none. So let's go and make a small update. Let's go make that text 2, and maybe just that. We hit save. Alright, so same thing. Let's just go ahead and have a look at the versions. Now we can see there's the first one at 9 past 11, and this one's at 10 past 11. Let's go and click on that one, and what we are presented with now is a view of the fields, and it's highlighting for us the one that has actually changed. So we can see that text, we changed that to text 2, alright? Whereas previously, if we look at the previous version, that was just text, and now it's text 2. We can also choose to only show fields that have changed. So if I go to that, everything's obviously there because it's all new. And I go to that one and it's showing me, well, in this instance, only text 2 was changed. Quite nice. So let's go and do another one. Let's go perhaps add a line 3 here. Let's add a number inside of there and do the save. And again, let's go and have a look at the version. Okay. So looking at that one, there we go. We can see text 2 hasn't changed, obviously it changed in that version, but memo and number have both changed. And again, just looking at those, so you can see there, everything was new. There it was only text 2 that changed, and there it was the line numbers and the number that was added. Alright, now that works for everything, alright, and there's no additional smart objects that you need to create for this to work or anything like that, and we can actually get more deep into how long you want the retention period for those things to be for as well. Alright, so let me go a little bit behind the scenes now and show you a little bit more. Here's another example that I've created. This particular example is built using SharePoint, so I just wanted to do one with a different backend than SmartBox. So this is one here using SharePoint as a backend repository. So just in the same way, this one here I'm not using our styling, that's why it looks a bit different. But what we're going to do here is let's go and create a new list item. I'll just call this new list item. I think that's all I need to be able to do that. So we create a list item. Okay, so that's list item 4. That's now been created. And in the same way as previously, we can now go and look at the versions. There we go. So we can see again, all these fields are new. Alright, so let's make a little update to that. Let's go say, what can we change here? Let's go and change the choice field here to a choice 2. There's a currency. We can change that to some numbers. And then let's go and say update list item. So just in the same way, let's go and look at the versions. And there we can see the 2 versions. So the first one obviously, but if you look at the second one, we can see as we go down, there we go, choice 2 was added and currency was added over there. We can see that those changes taking place. Alright, and again, just only showing those updated fields. You can see modified date and things have also changed. So it's also picking up those auto changes that SharePoint's doing. So I've updated fields, but SharePoint's automatically updated the modified date and a few other things, and this has picked up that those are effectively delta changes, and it's highlighting them as well. To show you a little bit of how you enable a smart object to do that, I'll just go and open up the SharePoint one over here. So it's a bit of a horrible smart object to look at. There are lots and lots of SharePoint fields that happen here. But what I've done now is I've gone to the fields that actually make an update or make a change. So the create an update. And if I look at the create, there's the normal create method that takes place. And over here, I just call a Springboard, well, it's actually an immersion component, but it'll go into Springboard. What I'm doing is passing the smart objects GUID, the ID of the field, and who's done it, and that's it. So, and all of these fields over here are practically just auto selected. Just go here, say the date, ID, and over here to get the user who updated that, you just choose that. So there's nothing you even need to copy and paste or remember. You just practically add 3 fields that are already there for you to map, and the auditing is enabled.